It's Kentucky back on the field, and then Ray Davis, all day Ray. Man, oh man, is Davis doing it up.
This is Tootin taking it to his left, got a seam. Facial Tootin on the move, got some alleys out there. Beep, touchdown!
Back shoulder throw, he's got it. It's Tez Johnson. Johnson, call him Johnson, touchdown.
Is their defense. Little hole there to the right side, first down and then some. Jeremiah Love, touchdown Notre Dame.
It's Williams in motion, low snap, Melrose stopped. Michigan makes a stand and comes up with a milestone playoff victory.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Week So podcast. Right now, it is just Ryan and I. Hopefully, Philly Phil, Maze Man, and maybe Lucas and Josh can join us. Obviously, we have our bowl pick'ems, bowl mania going on right now. How many people do we have in there right now?
I have not looked, actually. I think it's about 20.
Because 20? Okay. One of them will win $300. What is it, $300?
$300, yep.
And can I win that if I get it, or is it just anybody else?
Just the viewers, man. Just the viewers.
Okay, fine. Just the viewers.
That is just the viewers.
So none of us will actually. So it's all Ryan's money. Therefore, I don't actually care. But yeah, winner gets $300. That of course will also count towards our specific pick'ems that we have going on. Have you updated the scores with?
I have not updated it yet. I have not.
Do you know what the championship scores would be?
I'm not too sure. We'll probably figure that out for next week.
Okay. Well, obviously, there's not much to talk about. I mean, the biggest news is, and actually, I probably should have made a freaking banner about this. Is if I can do this as Ryan disappears, and it's just me by myself. Yay! So, Bill Belichick to UNC on a 5-year deal. Apparently, it's a 5-year, $50 million deal. I've heard definitely 5 years. The money is something I have not heard specifically to have been guaranteed, or specific number been guaranteed, or whatever. I live right now in North Carolina in Wilmington, so I don't live in the Triangle where this would be much bigger news, but this is still pretty big news. And obviously, you never really see a 8-time, well, if you want to count his times as coordinator, an 8-time Super Bowl winning coach go from the NFL to college football. And the fact that he is now older than Nick Saban is, and Nick Saban decided to retire last year because he didn't like the state of how. So Saban retires. He said he retired because he didn't like this way college football was. And Belichick said today during his introduction press conference that he went to the NFL, that he doesn't like where the NFL is, and that's why he's gone to college. He's going back to UNC, where his dad coached for a few years before coaching for more than 30 years at the Naval Academy. That is why, and Belichick is from Annapolis, so he is also a lifelong Navy fan as well. I've always known that, and that's the only reason I have ever tolerated him as a head coach, especially when he was with the Patriots. But what was your reaction when you first heard about this, Brian?
So I think a report came out last night that they were working on a deal. I still didn't believe it then, because Stephen A. Smith, he says a lot of outlandish stuff, but I mean I kind of agree with what he said today, that this job was beneath Bill Belichick, arguably the greatest head coach of all time in college or NFL, and I just don't get. I get that he feels the need to still want to coach. But out of all places, why North Carolina, especially when you got jobs like the Cowboys, the Bengals, some other jobs in the NFL that look like they'll probably be open next year that, he would be more deserving of, in my opinion. So it kind of –
here he is.
Lucas, our boy.
What's up, Lucas? Give your thoughts real quick, Ryan, and then I'll ask Lucas as well his thoughts.
So I think this is a great move for North Carolina. I think he's going to kind of have the same impact that Coach Signetti had at Indiana. But if I'm Bill, I would have just waited another year until an NFL job came open because I do think this job was beneath him.
Okay, I'll give my thoughts real quick, and then we'll get Lucas as well. For me, the way I see it is I think he didn't think an NFL job was guaranteed to come open, because it sounds like McCarthy is going to keep his job in Dallas. Giants, I'm not entirely sure what the Maras are thinking there. He hates Woody Johnson, who was the owner of the Jets when he was the head coach of the Jets for all of an hour back in 99 or 2000 or whatever.
Yeah.
So he hates them. Who else would it be? What other teams? The Raiders, I'm not sure, especially with Brady now as a minority owner of the Raiders, that it feels like that relationship's also been destroyed because of Belichick. I think maybe more Brady.
No, they're still buddies.
I mean, I guess, but
they did the roast together.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I don't think Brady would have liked that because obviously Brady, because Belichick.
I think Brady would have loved it. I think Belichick wouldn't want Brady to be his boss.
I think that's probably it. But also, yeah, and Brady, and obviously Belichick wants to be GM is what he wanted. Obviously, like what he was in New England. What other teams? Would have openings?
I mean, the Niners in a year.
I think it's just, at least initially, I think he also felt slighted at the fact that he only got like one NFL team to do an interview with him this past go around before this season, right? And he didn't get the job, right?
Yeah.
So, and then he's doing all these TV shows, all this stuff to show that he's knowledgeable. He actually can be. He's just grumpy in front of the media because he doesn't like talking to the media, which I totally understand, right? But he actually is knowledgeable. He can relate. He can very easily explain and care about football. I think the most eye-opening thing for me was him like fanboying over Ed Reed during the NFL top 100 players of all time, where he's just fanboying over Ed Reed about a simple play where he picks off Peyton Manning. And it just showed him actually how he actually can be. And I think the persona of him being grumpy and kind of a cadre old man is from that he just doesn't like talking to the normal media, especially as a head coach. Now, I don't think this is going to be as successful as people will hope. Obviously, there's probably going to be huge. I will not be surprised if UNC comes in this season inside the top 25 just to begin the season because of this, right? Mm-hmm. But I just don't know. He's older than Saban is right now. And I don't know if his type of coaching is going to work in college. Lucas?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to work. But I do think I know why he took this job. There's obviously a lot of history with UNC. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he's friends with or acquaintances with Mac Brown. They've been coaching, obviously, in football for a long time. I'm sure they know each other. Different scenery for him. Just wanted to try something new. I think he maybe wanted to get away from the NFL life a little bit, especially get away from those, the money-hungry brats, which, of course, he's going to have a lot in college now, but more so in the NFL. I just don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work great. I mean, UNC might have a couple good seasons. I think it's more so a show you what I can do kind of a thing at UNC until he gets, a bigger job at a bigger school or finds an NFL job that he's interested in, whatever it might be. Also, something to point out, going as a head coach of a college program, you have a lot more control over a team than you would as a head coach for an NFL team. And obviously he was like the GM head coach of the Patriots. He's not going to get that anywhere else. But if he goes to UNC or if he goes to another college program, he's going to have that control.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something to think about.
I guess it makes sense. I mean, obviously the other thing is like, why not? If he says he wanted to go to college, why not just be like him and Saban? Why not just take over for Saban at Alabama, right? Because Saban was part of his staff on the Cleveland Browns in the years leading up, in like the few years leading up to the Browns move to Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the staff that
91, 91, 92, I think.
No, he was there. I think it was until like 96. It was like 94, up until like the move.
No, I know that, but I'm saying I think Saban was there like 91, 92 in the early years, wasn't he?
Okay, I can't remember. I know, but like they have that relationship. Why not just take over for Saban? I'm sure it'd be a tough follow, and obviously that proved to be the case with Kalen DeBoer this year. But why not do that? Why not try and get maybe a more prestigious, college program or something? I understand the connection that he has from his dad, but that's a little weak if that's the only reason why he decided to come back specifically to UNC.
Well, something I didn't point out in my reasoning as well is he was mentoring and being around the Washington football program for all year this year because his son is the defensive coordinator for the Washington Huskies. So I feel like that was kind of a like introduction to college football for Coach Belichick. And he must have liked it. I mean, he must have liked it. He must have liked being around the kids, seeing how they respond, even though he was helping coach for a 6-6 team. He had to have found something where he was like, okay, I can do this. I can be around these kids.
Okay. I mean, do you think – so what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think – I mean, both Lucas and I have given our thoughts that this is not going to work. And I don't even think that he's going to last more than 3 years. That's me thinking. Virginia Tech doesn't play UNC again until 2027. So that's 3 seasons from now. He might be the head coach by then, but I don't think it's going to work out by that point. He'll be on his last leg. I don't know if it's because the game might have passed him by. I don't know being how it is, but that's just me. Ryan, how do you see this going?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I think it'll work. I think it'll be like the next coach Signetti. Nobody who would have thought that Indiana was going to be able to turn it around as quick as they did. And I think with the transfer portal, NIL, North Carolina's ADs already came out and said that they're willing to do whatever it takes in terms of NIL to get this thing rolling. So I think it's going to work. I don't necessarily think it was the best thing for Bill Belichick, but it is what it is. I think it'll be something we'll definitely be watching, especially next year. I think there'll be a lot of excitement. People will want to see how this turns out, but I think UNC has benefited more than Belichick over this because I genuinely think he's going to turn that thing around.
Okay. Any thoughts on this? Because that's really the big news right now. Actually, Lucas, I mean, we'll actually get to it once we do our pick'ems. Because Ryan, we're not including the first round of the CFP vote, right?
Yeah.
So, but what for the pick'ems? Are we then going to only do pick'ems for like each round after that, like the actual game setup, or are we going to make our predictions? Like, how do you want to do that?
We'll just go through it. We'll just go through it. Okay.
Because obviously we don't know who's going to be playing in each of the rounds and stuff going forward after at least going forward. So it's kind of hard to give each other point, or we get points for getting that right or wrong. So I guess we'll have to see how this goes for the pick'em specifically. Ryan, you want to pull up the thing?
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm literally doing my pick'ems right as we were going along with this. So,
all right, there we go. The Cricket Celebration Bowl is our first one.
And what is it? I think I think Jackson State's like a 2-point favorite. Yeah, I'll stick with Jackson State. What is going on with my phone?
Yeah, I'm going Jackson. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
I'm taking Jackson State as well.
I think, we're all going the same. Jackson State. I got to go back to my picks to make sure
The IS4S, I don't know what that is. Salute to Veterans Bowl. Ryan, if you want to roll that down.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 1 second. There you go. Making this.
I feel like it needs to be on my laptop or something.
No, you're good.
So we have two very evenly matched teams. I think South Alabama, if I remember correctly, if I can find it. South Alabama is an 8-point favorite in this game, according to ESPN Bet. All these pick'ems, the point spreads are based on ESPN Bet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stick with South Alabama though.
Yeah, I'm taking the Jaguars in this one.
I am as well.
Okay, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. I think it's fun. Some of these names are ridiculous. Yeah, I'm taking Memphis, West Virginia, fire their head coach. I don't know who they were playing. Oh, no, right. We've got to talk about Rich Rod. Rich Rod's coming back to West Virginia. Oh, good Lord. I forgot about that. Real quick, what are your thoughts on that? Bringing it back like it's 2007.
Not a lot of thoughts, but trying to bring back the old Pat White and Tavon Austin, and I don't know if he had Tavon. I think he had Tavon.
No, he did. Tavon's way old. Tavon's
Are we bringing that back?
It was Pat White and Slayton.
Yeah, Slayton.
Are we bringing that back, or are we bringing back the 5-7, 6-6 Michigan teams? That's the real question.
All right, I forgot Rich Rod was the head coach of Michigan too. Was that before or after this?
It was after.
After he sucked at Michigan.
I can't remember my timeline straight anymore. Yeah. So yeah. Give me Memphis.
Yeah, I'm going Memphis as well in this one. I don't necessarily know what's going on with West Virginia. I think like most of their team is probably going to end up in the portal. So.
Yeah. I am going with the same Memphis.
The Boca Raton Bowl. Who doesn't love a trip to Boca Raton? I saw that I think James Madison is a solid 9.5-point favorite over Western Kentucky, which is kind of crazy. Give me the Dukes.
Well, Western Kentucky
in all of college football.
Well, Western Kentucky did just get their ass beat by Jacksonville State in the Conference USA title. Give me James Madison.
I know that's a point for me because I took Jacksonville State.
Yep. I'm also taking JMU.
Okay. We have the Art of Sport LA Bowl. We have Cal versus the elite program that has now hired Dan Mullen as their new head coach, UNLV, another 5-year deal. So bunch of people coming back to college football. We have Dan Mullen leaving ESPN to go back to coaching. The elite program of UNLV, who is actually Cal is a 1.5-point favorite, surprisingly. I'm not sure if that's because UNLV has lost a bunch of people to the portal, and I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm going UNLV in this one as well. I mean, Cal just lost their damn quarterback to the portal, so yeah.
I'm also going UNLV.
Okay. We have the R+L, RNL Carriers New Orleans Bowl. We have Georgia Southern and Sam Houston. And if you want to scroll it down, Ryan, this is very close. This is basically a pick. This is basically a pick 'em straight up. I'm gonna go with Sam Houston. If I remember correctly, they've been doing pretty good this year. Obviously, they're 9-3. So give me Sam Houston. I'll take them.
Yeah, I kind of want to take Sam Houston, but I think Georgia Southern's good. They've been in an FBS program longer. Sam Houston State's been really inconsistent this year, and they play in a worse conference. So give me Georgia Southern in this one.
I'm gonna take Sam Houston.
Right.
I also just realized we forgot to do Army Navy, which is this Saturday.
We'll do it.
We'll do it at the end. Okay. We got the Staff DNA Cure Bowl, Ohio versus Jacksonville State. Both of these teams are coming off winning their conference championships. Ohio blew out Miami of Ohio. I don't know if Jacksonville State won in a blowout, but I know they won. I'm going to take the Fighting Spencer Warners because that is where my cousin Spencer Warner went. So give me the Fighting Ohio Bobcats.
Yeah, so for this one, I took Jacksonville State. I think Jacksonville State's on a roll right now. And also, I believe Ohio's quarterback entered the portal, Peter Navarro. So give me the Gamecocks in this one.
I'm going to go with the Bobcats.
Okay. The Union Home Mortgage
Gasparilla Bowl.
Gasparilla. I was literally about to say Sarsaparilla, but I realized that's from Fallout New Vegas, and that's totally wrong. Actually, Sarsaparilla is something. But Gasparilla
Sunset
Bowl.
Sarsaparilla, baby.
Sunset Sarsaparilla. Who doesn't love getting those bottle caps? Tulane versus a surprising 7-5 Florida. I think Billy Napier saved his job at least for another season, getting a 7-5 record with how tough that schedule was. Florida, if I remember correctly, according to ESPN, is a 14-point favorite. Tulane, I get the feeling, is going to have the same thing happen that happened to them last year when they played VT. They had a bunch of people enter the portal right before the bowl game, and they got destroyed. So give me Florida. I'm taking a lot of favorites, but unfortunately, I'm not going to take too many upsets.
Yeah, Tulane is not in a good spot. They lost their starting quarterback. They just came off of 2 straight shellackings by Memphis and Army. Expect Florida to put belt to ass for the 3rd straight game in a row on Tulane.
Yeah, I'm going to take Florida as well. This is actually Ty Thompson's first start for Tulane, first start in college football for Ty Thompson.
Which is crazy.
But he's also entering the portal after this game, so I don't know how well the team's going to like that. So I'm going Florida.
Maybe he's just using it as a chance to show, hey, this is what I can do against a SEC team, and that'll help him get a better school or something. I don't know. Next on this, according to this, is the first playoff game. Ryan's very own number
we'll do the
7.
We'll do the playoff games separate. Okay,
we'll do the playoff games separate. That's totally fine. So we have to skip. All 4 of those playoff games. We'll make sure to scroll back.
Yeah,
that's totally fine. I'll have to make sure I scroll back with you. So we have the Myrtle Beach Bowl, which is an hour away from me, so I probably could easily go to that if I wanted to. And we got Coastal Carolina, this is gonna be a de facto home game for them. Because Coastal is just a few hours away from Myrtle. Versus UTSA. Because it's pretty much a de facto home game, I am going to take Coastal.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chanticleers in this one as well.
I'm also taking Coastal.
Is Coastal in Myrtle Beach?
Probably.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Okay. Ryan, the owner of Ryan's team, the Northern Illinois Huskies, who apparently are going to possibly join the Mountain West.
Yep, our fathers.
Yes, they are truly your fathers. Playing the Fresno State Bulldogs in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Everyone's favorite bowl. Doesn't the winner get dunked by French fries?
Yeah, they get a bunch of cold, soggy French fries dumped on them.
Hell yeah!
I'd rather have that than mayo. That's definitely my preference. So I'm going to take Ryan's daddies, the Huskies.
I really want to root against Northern Illinois because now I understand why Lucas, for years on the show, would say "Huck the Fuskies." But I think these Huskies, are just built different, and I think a Husky would win a fight against a Bulldog. So give me Northern Illinois.
Yeah, I'm taking the Huskies as well.
The Bulldog would run away or not even be able to fight because he'd be too tired from standing up for 5 seconds. So we have the Hawaii Bowl, South Florida versus San Jose State. At least these players are going to enjoy the nice weather in Hawaii. Lucky them.
Yeah.
Give me San Jose State because they have to travel the furthest distance of these two teams.
Yeah, give me the Spartans, the best Spartans in all of college football.
Yeah, I'm going to take San Jose State and national champion Nick Nash.
Oof.
There you go. Okay. Then we have the game above. I don't know what that is. Sports Bowl. I don't know which bowl game this was before. Obviously, it's changed names. We have Pittsburgh versus Toledo. I'm taking Toledo because Pittsburgh is on a 5-game losing streak. They started the season 7-0 and have lost 5 straight since then to complete and utterly collapse. I think their starting quarterback is in the transfer portal, Eli Holmuth, or whatever the hell his name is.
Holstein.
What's his last name? Starts with an H. Huh?
Eli Holstein.
I knew it started with an H. I think he's in the transfer portal, I think. But either way, I think the mojo is bad with Pittsburgh, losing 5 straight like that. And then probably going to be losing a bunch of players into the portal. Give me Toledo.
Yeah, I'm taking Pitt in this one. I think they get right and get back on track. There's a reason why this is 91% Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm going with Pitt as well.
Okay. Thanks for the free point. Then we got the Rate Bowl.
Was this used to be the guaranteed Rate Bowl, and now they just took the guaranteed out?
Probably.
Yeah, and it's one letter away from something very, very worse.
It's not guaranteed anymore. Not guaranteed.
Then we have Rutgers versus K-State. Give me K-State. Rutgers. They really haven't done much since started off pretty good, and they haven't done much the rest of the season.
They started off 5-0. That's what's wild. Give me Kansas State in this one as well. The Fighting Avery Johnsons.
I will also take Kansas State.
Okay. Then we got the 68 Ventures Bowl. Don't know what that is. I always forget what 68 is. I know it's something. Arkansas State versus Bowling Green. Give me the Falcons, only because my high school was the Falcons. So go Falcons.
Give me Bowling Green in this one as well. I think they're just a better team. Plus, they have cooler uniforms.
I'm also taking Bowling Green.
All right.
The Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, which this is not the game that's played in Navy or at the Naval Academy home stadium. That's the Military Bowl. This game, I can't remember what's played.
It's played at Air Force. Played at Air Force.
In Colorado.
Oh, it's played at Air?
Yeah.
It's played in Colorado. Well, just because of that, give me Navy because they're still going to get the power of playing where another service academy plays. Therefore, give me Navy.
So Oklahoma has more talent than Navy, but I think Navy's more interested in playing in this game than Oklahoma is.
That's
for
a
that
fair
reason.
way of putting it.
And also, Oklahoma's entire roster is like in the portal right now. So give me Navy.
Yeah, I think Navy's tougher team. I'm going Navy.
The Fighting Blake Horvats.
Yes. We got the Birmingham Bowl, the fight of the smart-ass teams, literally. Georgia Tech versus Vandy.
Gold on gold.
Yes, gold on gold. What the hell is his name? If Haynes King is, if Diego Pavia is playing for Vandy, I might take him. But is Haynes King? Is he not in the?
Yeah, they're both playing. No, they're both playing.
They're both playing. Pavia. This is going to be Pavia's last game in college football, so he's going to play.
This is going to be a what?
It's his last game in college. He's going to play.
Oh yeah, Pavia. And Haynes King was a beast against Georgia, except when they didn't run the ball for some damn reason. I've been slighted, unfortunately, by taking Vandy a few too many times. because they were my team to start off the season. And they kicked me, and they came back to bite me a few times towards the end of the season. So I'm going to take Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's without their best receiver, and what is his name? He entered the port. Eric Singleton, Jamal Haynes. I don't know if he's going to play in this game.
Geez.
Yeah, I don't know if Jamal Haynes is going to play in this game because he got injured. He's been beaten up all year. I don't know if he's going to play. For that reason alone, give me Vanderbilt because I think Diego Pavia is going to want to go out there and win his final game of college football.
Yeah, I think Haynes King is the difference maker here. I'm going Georgia Tech.
All right. I think this –
okay.
You guys tell me if I'm wrong. I think that this game, the Birmingham Bowl, has the opportunity to be the best non-playoff game out of all these bowls.
One of them for sure. I mean, yeah.
Well, I can see it if Pavia and Haynes to their potential and play how they've looked at their best at times this season. I definitely think it'd be fun. The AutoZone Liberty Bowl. I know we have to hurry up. We have Texas Tech versus Arkansas. Give me Texas Tech. They've bid me a few times this year. I stopped picking them, but they are a much better team than Arkansas. So yeah, give me Tech.
Yeah, and they haven't suffered as much from the portal besides Micah Hudson. Give me Texas Tech.
I'm gonna take Arkansas. They just got a big recruit transfer from Oregon, Jaquan McRoy. So right high off of that.
All right.
Okay, the DirecTV Holiday Bowl. Cuse versus Wazoo. Give me.
Mateer is in the portal.
Is McCord playing?
McCord is playing.
McCord's playing? Oh, he is? Okay, yeah, give me Cuse then. If he wasn't playing, I was going to take Wazoo. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, give me the fruits in this one to take down the Cougars.
Yeah, Cuse by a lot.
Okay, the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. The two most disappointing teams in college football. Well, maybe not most, but definitely two of the most. On a year-to-year basis, these are two of the most commonly disappointing teams in college football. So it's fitting that they play each other.
We're all picking the same team. This is easy.
And
we're all taking the Aggies. Yeah, we're taking the Aggies. Miller Moss is in the portal for the USC, so they're going to be starting some freshmen that's never played before. So
their entire receiving core is also in the portal. And also, it sounds like Zachariah Branch is going to enter the portal as well. So yeah, they literally won't have anybody. Give me A&M. But yeah, you could call this the SRS Distribution Disappointments Bowl because that's exactly what it is. But yeah.
Okay, the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, UConn. So pretty much this is almost going to be pretty much a de facto home game for UConn, just a few hours away, versus North Carolina, who obviously just got Belichick. I don't know who's going to be coaching this game. It's obviously not going to be him. I'm not sure if Mac Ryan is still going to be coaching this or not. He's probably been fired. It's probably not. Actually, because of that, I'm going to take UConn.
Yeah, give me UConn to win the basketball school bowl.
I'm going to take the Tar Heels. I will never go against the Tar Heels in a basketball game.
That's fair. Okay. The Bad Boy we have BC versus Nebraska. Now, has Dylan Riola gone into the transfer portal for Nebraska?
He's staying. He's staying.
Okay, cool. Let me take Nebraska then. If he for some reason was going to transfer out, which I totally would have understood, then I was going to take BC.
Yeah. Give me Nebraska and the Cornhuskers in this one because they have their quarterback at least.
Yep, taking Nebraska.
Okay. How do you say it? Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. Isleta. The Raging Cajuns versus the Horny Frogs. Yeah, unfortunately, Louisiana way down in the championship game. They got blown out. Can't remember who they played, but they got blown out. So because of that, give me TCU.
Yeah, I'm taking the Horned Frogs in this one as well.
I'm going to take Louisiana in the upset.
Ooh, I like it.
Ooh. Okay. And I definitely need to know what's going on. The Bowl, which apparently is like 4 mascots. 4 mascots with all different flavors. Pop-Tarts, weird. We got Iowa State versus Miami. Is Cam Ward playing? Or is he declared for the draft?
No, he's not playing in this game. Well, actually, no, he is. He said he's going to play in this game, so he is playing.
If he's playing Miami, yeah, I mean, Iowa State got destroyed by Arizona State, and I think their quarterback's too young. I think he's either a true freshman or a redshirt freshman. He's very young, so I think he's going to get better. But give me
Hunter's
internet
looks like the end of Miami's season right now.
Yeah, it does. Your internet is terrible right now, my guy.
Sure.
All right, it's both the internet and probably my laptop. I'm going to have a new laptop for Christmas. I know that.
But yeah, it's the battle of. It's the battle of what's worse, a cyclone or a hurricane. Give me Iowa State in the upset in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. It's funny because Miami dropped all this money on this roster, talked a lot of shit in the offseason just to be playing in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Give me Iowa State.
God, we have so many more to pick. We got to
get this going.
All right, Miami.
All right. The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl.
Arizona Bowl. I swear to God, he better be at this game. That'd be awesome. Miami, Ohio versus Colorado State. Give me Colorado State, and I really hope we see Snoop Dogg smoking the largest blunt we've ever seen.
Yeah, give me the Rams in this one.
I'm also taking Colorado State.
Okay. We got the battle of the Triangle. East Carolina versus NC State in the Go Bowling Military Bowl. Man, NC State was such a disappointment. Actually, they were like CFP dark horse supposedly. And now look at them. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to take East Carolina. Why not?
Yeah, I'm taking the Wolfpack in this one.
I'm also taking the Wolfpack.
All right.
Okay. The Valero Apple Bowl, BYU versus Colorado. Give me the Buffs. Is Shador
I'm
playing?
not sure. I don't necessarily think. I don't know for sure if Shador and Travis are playing.
Everybody's playing.
Okay. Yeah, so give me Colorado then in this one.
Deion Sanders had already put out a statement that said if they got to this point, everybody's going to play. They didn't play the season for players to give up and not play in this game. So, with that being said, Colorado.
Definitely give me Colorado. Okay. Obviously, my Army's record will look different regardless because we haven't done Army Navy. We'll do that last. The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl, Marshall versus Army. Either way, give me Army. Their offense is going to cause fits for Marshall, I think.
This game might not happen, by the way.
Why?
Because Marshall's head coach either got fired or left, whatever it was, and actually the entire team is threatening to transfer because of it.
No, so what happened, Lucas, is he just didn't tell anybody at Marshall, and he randomly, they found out, actually his players found out over Twitter that he was accepting the Southern Miss job.
Yeah, so the entire team is threatening of going into the portal, which will be the second time Marshall is without a football team.
God damn it.
First time since 1970.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
Anyway, going Army. Easy.
Yeah, go Army. All right.
The Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl, Iowa versus Mizzou. Give me Mizzou. I think
Is
if
Brady
Luther Burden's
Cook-
playing,
Is Luther Burden playing? Are we even sure about that?
According to these picks
Good
things,
question.
it seems like he is.
I
Yeah,
would assume so.
85%.
So you're going Mizzou. I'm going Iowa in this one because I don't think Missouri is that good of a football team.
I'm also going Iowa in the upset. I think they're just tougher.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. The ReliaQuest Bowl. Alabama versus Michigan. Game. If you had been told these teams were playing each other in a bowl game before this season, we would have jumped at the chance for this. Not exactly the actual game. That being said, give me Bama.
Yeah, give me Bama. Michigan's going to basically be playing without anybody that's good. Give me the Tide in this one.
Yeah, I'm taking Bama as well.
All right. Tony the Tiger, Sun Bowl.
Sun Bowl.
Louisville versus UW.
Louisville.
Huck the Fuskies. Give me Louisville.
Yeah, give me the birds with teeth in this one.
I'm going with the Huskies because Tyler Shuck is not playing.
Why would he not play?
That's good.
He just declared for the draft. He's not going to play in the game.
Oh, but he's not even going to be a high draft pick.
No.
Hey, I'll take
Screw it.
Louisville.
I will switch to that. I'm going to switch to the Huskies.
And Damon Williams is really good also.
Because now that I think about it, that's the third Husky team. If I need to pick the Huskies because I've now taken UConn and Northern Illinois, so I have to take all the Huskies.
Yeah, Louisville, in my opinion, is still a better team. They have more talent. So
that's fair. Okay, we got the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. South Carolina versus the Fighting Illini. South Carolina, since Sellers, obviously, I think he's a freshman. I think he's going to be staying. They're going to want to win this game to have some crazy good momentum into next year. So give me the Gamecocks.
Yeah, and the only player that was at risk of transferring was Dylan Stewart, which we found that out earlier this week. He signed a new deal to stay in South Carolina. This is going to be a bloodbath.
Sounds like there's a free agent signing the deal. Hearing that is about college football really throws me.
He is. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. South Carolina is going to come in here pissed off that they didn't get in the playoff. Give me the Gamecocks by all the points.
Yeah, go Cox.
Cox out. Let's go.
Okay, the Kinder's Texas Bowl, Baylor versus LSU. I don't know exactly where this is, but
Dave Aranda versus his old team.
I kind of want to take Baylor because I feel like it's almost going to be a de facto home game for them. Obviously, it's in Texas, so I don't know where exactly it is. I'm assuming it's AT&T Stadium. I'm going to take Baylor in the upset.
I'm taking Baylor as well. I think that Dave Aranda going up against his former employer. Baylor is kind of on a hot streak ending the year while LSU kind of limped to the finish line. Give me Baylor. Sick 'em Bears.
LSU.
Okay. Skipping the second round of the games for all the teams that have the byes. We have the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. We have Duke versus Ole Miss. I think same thing is going to apply here to the South Carolina game. Ole Miss is going to come out pissed and put it to Duke. Duke's, I think Malik Murphy is back in the portal.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're without their quarterback.
He is. So, I mean, I've seen him play the good and the bad in the game against VT. I didn't think they were going to win even if he was starting. So give me Ole Miss.
It's funny because Duke lost their starting quarterback just to replace him with the number one quarterback in the portal. So I think is Jackson Dart playing in this game?
Where's that for Duke? Where's he coming from?
From Tulane.
Oh, okay.
He was. But Lucas, do you know if Jackson Dart's playing in this game? I know Trey Harris isn't.
I do not know, but I know that it's not going to matter.
See, that's the thing is Ole Miss has played down a competition a lot this year.
Go ahead.
I'll take Ole Miss. I'll take Ole Miss, but I'm not going to be happy about it, and I would not be surprised if Duke beat them.
Yeah,
That's
easy.
fair.
Yeah.
Yes, Lucas.
Lucas said Ole Miss.
The Serve Pro versus Super Bowl. North versus Texas. So the Battle of Texas. Two best teams in Texas, obviously. Give me the Bobcats, the Bobcats team that I've picked.
Yeah, give me Texas State.
I will also take Texas State.
Okay. My team, Super Bowl, right up the road in Charlotte. I will be going skiing with my mom. 7:30 kickoff. For you guys make this pick, I think it would be important for you guys to know. Tweet that I shared. Teams that are from all their
Connor,
entire
your
team
internet,
is
bro.
either.
Yeah, this is bad. I feel like this is terrible. I'm just gonna start. I'm going with Minnesota. It's not. I'm going with Minnesota. They're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 7. There's only literally. We only have 7.
Jesus. And there he goes. All right.
Minnesota. Give me the Golden Gophers. All right. Damn it. All right. The Bahamas Bowl between Buffalo and Liberty. Lucas, I guess I'll let you go. Who takes this one?
I'm going Liberty.
Even without Caden Salter.
Yep, because he got benched anyways. It didn't matter.
I'm going to take Buffalo in this one. I originally took Liberty. I'm going to switch my pick on the pick'ems. I don't think this Liberty team is very good. I believe they're on like a 3-game losing streak. So give me Buffalo.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
college football playoff games. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, is there
Connor's
one more?
kind of here.
Oh, let's just do Army Navy real quick.
Go Army, beat Navy.
Yep. Fighting Bryson Dailies for sure.
Easy.
All right.
If you can hear me, if I'm back, give me Navy.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh,
he's taking Navy.
And I'm taking. Of course, I'm taking Navy. I'm backing Navy all the time. They're my second favorite team, and I am taking Minnesota against BT.
Okay. And who are you taking, Buffalo or Liberty?
Oh, even though I hate them, go Flames.
All right. First round playoff game, Friday night. Game day will be there. Indiana against Notre Dame. I'll go last. You guys go ahead.
I'm going to take Notre Dame in this one by a score of 28-20.
Ooh.
Very close game. I'll also take the Fighting Irish. I think it'll be a close game. Maybe. I have no idea. We shall see. But yeah, give me the Irish.
I predict it to be 28-14 late in the fourth quarter. Indiana scores a touchdown, goes for 2, doesn't get it, and then Notre Dame wins.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be at this game. I think my final score prediction was 38-28. I'm going to stick with that. I think Notre Dame wins by 10. And they pull away late in the fourth. All right. SMU, the team that some people don't think should have got in, mainly Bama fans, against Penn State. Who you guys got?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's gonna be a cold game. Well, actually, it's a noon kickoff, but it's still gonna be cold. Colder than what SMU is probably used to. Give me Penn State, but it'd be hilarious if Penn State loses.
Dude,
that would be a very James Franklin thing to do. I'm going to take Penn State by a score of 17-14.
So, yeah, I think it would be. I think this is the best chance you have of an upset in the first round. Dude, the only reason I'm taking Penn State is because SMU has that number 11 by their name, and they're not a top 10 team. Give me the Nittany Lions. All right.
Okay.
Clemson versus Texas.
I already made this decision back when we first did our picks, back when this was released. Along with Phil, took Clemson, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to take Clemson. I think Texas has shown they haven't played anyone the only teams that they've played that were in the top 25 when they played them were Georgia, and they lost both times. They have no proof that they can actually beat good teams, or ranked good teams at least. And I think Clemson, despite losing to South Carolina, has been a bit on more of a roll.
Battle tested.
Yeah. And I think they have that experience with Dabo of being in the playoff. That'll help too. And so I think Clemson will win.
Yeah, I'm taking Clemson as well. I think they are a better. I mean, I don't think they're a better team, but I do think their defense will cause the same issues that Georgia's defense did for Quinn Ewers. Now we'll see if Sark is smart enough to actually put Arch Manning in at some point. He wasn't smart enough in the conference title game. That could change things, but as of right now, taking the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Tigers as well in the upset. Funny enough, there's a lot of backstory behind this. I don't know if you guys know this. Cade Klubnik, Quinn Ewers, they played each other in high school in the state championship. Cade Klubnik beat Quinn Ewers. So there's a lot of mixed that there's still some hatred there between the two. I think Cade Klubnik gets the better of Quinn Ewers yet again.
I also think just Quinn Ewers is not good. This season is back. Him coming back for another season to help his draft position is backfired, and I don't think he's going to be. He'll probably be drafted in like the first or second round, but he's not going to. He's going to be like one of the worst quarterbacks drafted, in my opinion.
Really quick, if Texas loses this game, does that mean that they still cannot say that they are back?
They're absolutely not back if they lose this game.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
If they win this game, they can at least, as long as they win one playoff game, I think they can at least say it. But they have to win at least one.
All right. Tennessee versus Ohio State. It's going to be weird hearing them blast Rocky Top on the Ohio State PA system because for whatever reason, the CFP thinks it's a good idea to make these home games feel like neutral sites. Who do you guys got in this one?
Man, I really want to take Tennessee because of that Ohio representative being a little bitch, getting mad about Michigan planting that flag and introducing that bill that would make planting flags at the center of Ohio Stadium
a felony.
Like an actual legit felony. I'm just like, you are just such a whiny little bitch. But you have a true freshman quarterback starting this game in redshirt. But either way, you have him starting this game in one of the toughest places to play in college football. That's not going to be a good recipe for success. And I think Ohio State's going to come out pissed that they lost to Michigan and not getting that possible 1 seed or getting that higher seed, not being able to play Oregon again. So I think Ohio State's going to win.
Lucas?
Yeah, I'm taking Ohio State as well.
I think that Ohio State has the most pressure to win their first round game of any team because Ryan Day. I think Tennessee goes into Columbus and beats the Buckeyes, and then we see Ryan Day get fired immediately after. I think Tennessee is just a better team. So give me the Vols in this one as we lose Lucas.
Oh, great.
All
so
right.
first you guys lost me, and now we're losing Lucas. Great.
So, okay, let me scroll down. All right. So, we all had Penn State against Boise.
Okay. So we are still going to do it like this?
Yes, we are going to do it like this. Penn State versus Boise. Who you got, Connor?
Let me scroll down real quick. I still like Boise. I think it's just Ashton Genty is just going to run through whoever they play, and I want to see him beat Barry Sanders' single season record for rushing yards. He'll get at least one more game to try and do that. We'll see if he can get a second game to add to it. But yeah, give me Boise.
I think it's weird. It's funny that 56% of people picked Boise to win this game. But I'm going Penn State in this one.
Okay.
All right.
Then we got
so
Arizona State versus Clemson or Texas. So obviously, not many people are picking Arizona State to win. Man, I really do want to back Scatabo. He's so fun to watch. But I think even just, I think honestly, I'd be more willing to actually take Arizona State if they were playing Texas, because Arizona State's been more battle tested with having to win 6 or 7 straight games to close out the season, as like who they were playing, and all those teams were really tough games for them. But since I took Clemson, I'm gonna actually take Clemson. But if Texas does pull through, I will. I'll be rooting for Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona State in this one. I think Arizona State is a better team than a lot of people think. I think Scatabo is arguably the best running back in college football. All respect to Genty, but Genty's not running up against Big 12 or Power 4 teams on a week-to-week basis. So give me the Sun Devils in this one.
Okay.
All right.
Then, of course, we got Lucas's Oregon Ducks versus either Tennessee or Ohio State. So I have as a rematch of Ohio State and Oregon, which would be a great game. I will take Oregon. But obviously Ohio State's going to be hoping to get payback, especially with how that game ended. And I think that's the game that everyone wants to see out of. I think that's the one game I think everyone most wants to see out of this entire playoff is Ohio State, Oregon. Again.
Yeah. So I
either
get
that or like Oregon, Georgia. That's probably number 2.
So I already have Tennessee in this game. I still think Oregon wins regardless. So give me the Ducks in this one.
Okay. Oh. Then we have Georgia.
Versus Notre Dame.
I think you guys. I think you guys could give them fits. And like I said, if Carson Beck is not starting,
Carson Beck's out. He's officially out
for this game.
Yes, he's done. He's out.
He's done for the season.
He's out indefinitely, and they said there's a slim chance that if Georgia were to make it to the Natty, that maybe he could be ready for the national championship game.
What's the injury?
The exactly. UCL injury, which they think might need Tommy John surgery.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So this will be their starting their new quarterback's first career start.
Gunnar Stockton.
Yep.
Simply because of that, I'm gonna take your Fighting Irish. I know you don't like it. You won't be happy about it, especially with all the expectations that people have. But just that's, like you said, it's going to be Stockton. It's going to be, I want to keep saying Stockton Rush, which is the Ocean Gate guy that died. But either way, it's going to be his first career start in a huge, huge, huge spot in the Sugar Bowl, in a playoff game. And I'm not sure if the lights might be a little too bright for him. Maybe he'll pull through, and that would be very impressive. But I'll take Notre Dame. And I guarantee you, once your game in the first round of the games are played, these odds are going to change. I guarantee it, right? Because I'm sure, especially once the news of Beck being out fully gets out there, I'm sure these are going to drop down to maybe probably Georgia will still be favored, but it's probably going to be closer to 50-50.
Actually, the number came out. Vegas put out if the game was played tomorrow, Notre Dame would be a 3.5-point favorite against Georgia.
Damn. Yeah.
So
there you go. And that's neutral site to begin with. And that's a neutral site. So you'd be pretty much a 7-point favorite if you were at home. That's crazy. That's a crazy line for you guys.
So I'm going. I took Notre Dame mainly because of the Carson Beck injury. I'm not like 100% confident about it.
That's fair.
But yeah, I take Notre Dame in this one.
Okay, that's totally fair.
All right, semifinal time.
Okay, so this is Boise State versus Indiana or Notre Dame for
Is
me.
that who you had? You had Boise and Notre Dame.
Yeah, Boise State, Notre Dame, and I think you have Penn State, Notre Dame.
Yep.
I think, regardless of who it is, I do think it. I'm gonna, if it is, regardless of whether it's Notre Dame or Georgia, whoever comes out from that side of this group is who I'm taking. So I'm gonna take. But in this matchup, it'll be Boise versus Notre Dame. I think I'll take Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I think your defense is going to be the first defense that might be able to actually truly stop Genty at least a little bit. I'm sure he'll get get some big plays, but I think you might be the first defense that might be able to fully, really, really put the brakes on him, and that's going to really limit Boise State offensively. Yeah, along with Georgia, same thing for Georgia. I feel the same for both of you guys. But since I have Notre Dame, I'll take Notre Dame.
I have Notre Dame versus Penn State. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think Notre Dame and Penn State are very similar in terms of how their teams are made up. Both they want to run the ball. Both have two great running backs. Both have great defenses. I just think that when it comes down to being an X factor and you need somebody who can make a play late in the game, I trust Riley Leonard more than I trust Drew Aller. For that reason, I picked Notre Dame to win this game, but I think it could very easily go either way. I just think that Drew Aller he's shown that he's not able to take care of the ball in critical situations. We saw that against Ohio State. We saw it against Minnesota. We saw it against Oregon in the Big Ten title game. I think that Notre Dame's not a team that you can do that against because Notre Dame's not going to put Riley in a position to where he can turn the ball over. So if you turn the ball over, Notre Dame's most likely going to win the turnover battle in that game, and I think that's what gets them the edge in this one.
Okay. Right. And then for this game, I have Clemson versus Oregon. Yep. This is where Clemson's Cinderella run as the 12th seed comes to an end. I think Oregon just has too much offense for them. And Cade Klubnik, despite how he's looked, he's still very prone to having some boneheaded mistakes, some bad interceptions and throws. And I think that would happen here. So give me Oregon, which would then set up Oregon, Notre Dame. Lucas lost power. That's what happened. Oh, geez. There's a snowstorm going on. So I'm picking the game that I hope happens. That way all of us can go to it. Notre Dame versus Oregon in the national championship.
So I have Arizona State and Oregon in this one, which is ironic because it's a rematch of a Pac-12 matchup we saw annually. Arizona State, funny enough, has ended Oregon seasons a couple times within the last decade.
Jaden Daniel to Brendan Ayuk.
Yeah,
2019. Yeah. And that's 2019. That's 5 years ago. And Jaden is a freshman or rookie in college or in NFL now. That's crazy.
I think this will be where we see Arizona State and their lack of talent in terms of depth really show. And I think Oregon gets to the natty with some ease here. Then that does set up Notre Dame versus Oregon. Go ahead, Connor.
Obviously, if that happens, one of you or Lucas would be absolutely devastated. The other would be heartbroken and devastated. The other would be elated. Meanwhile, Phil, Josh, and I are just going to be sitting there, just kind of glad that we're there, not having to worry about rooting for either of these teams if this is the championship matchup. I think finally, despite how good Notre Dame has looked, and I think your defense can do it, I trust Dylan Gabriel more than I trust Riley Leonard, and I've never been that big on Riley Leonard. I think he's not as good as he's good enough to win you games, but I'm not sure if he's actually good enough to truly win you a championship, especially if you guys aren't able to run the ball as well for some reason. And I just think that Oregon's offensively is just too good. They'll be the first 16-0 team in college football history. I think. So congratulations to Lucas. That's my pick. I know it's kind of a little chalk, other than the Clemson pick, but this is the first year we're having this, so we don't really know what to expect. So going chalk definitely makes sense for the most part. And Lucas, if that happens, will lord this over you for the rest of your lives, and you would not want that.
So yeah, I agree. I think this is where Notre Dame's season comes to an end. Which I'll be honest, if you had told me after week 2 losing to NIU that Notre Dame would play for the national championship, regardless of who the opponent is, I would have told you you're fucking nuts. So I'll be honest, like if we make it to the national championship, I think that proves that Freeman is moving the program in
the right direction.
The right direction, because he would have won 3 playoff games, something that Brian Kelly could never even win one. And I think that would, I think you would start to see the narrative on Notre Dame as a program change a little bit, even though they wouldn't have ended this route. It kind of, what it kind of would remind me of is like, the year when Georgia in 2017 kind of came out of the blue, went to the national championship, played Alabama, and they probably should have won.
26.
But they lost, and then they kind of built off of that. I think that's kind of what Notre Dame would be if they make it to this game and lose. I think
I can see that. I can understand that as long as Freeman stays there. You know what I mean? If he, obviously if the Ohio State job comes free, I can totally, unfortunately, see him going there because that's his alma mater, correct?
Yep.
So, I mean, I could totally see that, unfortunately, happen to you guys if that was to happen this season. But obviously that depends on how this season for Ohio State goes. If Ohio State loses the first round, I think Day is obviously gone. So we'll just see. But I can totally agree with that and totally see that. But yeah, I think for now, it's clear Oregon's just clearing away the best team in college football. It was, and I think when you look at all the other teams with buys, they're all very flawed and very weak at certain spots. So, and I think everyone else just doesn't stack up as well. Like, I'm not sure who you can trust other than Oregon. The only way I can see it is just Oregon being Oregon, having the same kind of weird things that happened to them where they would lose those games to Arizona or Arizona State or Stanford back when they were top-ranked team, or when they were a top-ranked team during the regular season in the Pac-12. I don't think that's going to happen, but maybe if that happens, it's no longer Clemsoning, it's Oregoning.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, if we get this matchup and it's Notre Dame Oregon and we're at the game, if we lose, I won't be that upset because Lucas is is our homeboy, and I'd be happy to see his team win their first ever national championship.
Yeah, I mean, at least I know it's be tough for you not getting to see your team, but at least your team has won some championships, right?
Yeah,
Oregon hasn't, and I think that'd be the same thing for me getting to see Virginia Tech do it, or but obviously it's a little bit more special. Like Phil being able to see one for the first time since he's been alive, I think, or since he was very young. Same thing for you or I, if we ever saw that. So yeah, cool. That is the bowl pick'ems. Make sure everyone, all 54 of you that are watching, 57. Okay, for some reason it looks like we've lost. It's no longer streaming on our personal Twitter for some reason. It's on the Week Zero Productions Twitter, which is weird. At least on my end, it's not. But if you guys are there, make sure to join our Bowl Mania, since not all of you were here when we did this. If you want to join us and do the Bowl Mania, whoever among the viewers wins, gets the best record, you will win $300. Nice little prize for winning Bowl Mania, whoever's the best. So I think that's a good little prize. So make sure you go to the Week Zero Productions Twitter. A link will be there on our most recent tweet, so you can join that and start giving your picks. Obviously, a lot of us picked chalk on a lot of these games, unfortunately, which probably means I am not going to repeat as bull or as pick'em champ for the 4th straight year because I'm behind by Lucas by like 7 or 8. So we shall see. But lost power because of a snowstorm. For Ryan, I am Connor, our top left box. Has been a Week Zero production or Week Zero podcast. We'll be back. What are we going to do?